Hey guys, welcome to today's workout. So today is going to be a little different. We're going to mostly be stretching, flexing, toning, strengthening our muscles with just little bits of strength pieces mixed in with some stretches. So it's a feel-good workout. I want you to work with how you're feeling today. If you need to go deeper in your stretches and do more stretching, do that. Modify it as you need to. There's lots of modifications. So let's get to it. So we're going to start at the end of your mat. And we're going to start with a flow. So feet hip distance apart. Let's inhale up. Nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to come down in a flat back. Hinge those hips back. And reach your hands towards the floor. We're going super slow here because we're stretching our muscles while we're warming up. Now let's put our hands on our shins, on your thighs, wherever you feel like you're going to get that flat back. And then bring the hands back down to the floor, fingertips. Walk those. Now you can bend your knees here as you need to. If you can keep them straight, try to keep them straight. Let's walk the hands out into a high plank position. All right, so hands are underneath the shoulders, you're on the toes, we're in high plank. Now, here you can either modify and come down to the knees, or you can stay up onto the toes. I'll show you on the knees first, because we're gonna go through this 5 times, right? So we're gonna bend the elbows, keep them nice and close to the rib cage, and we're gonna come down and hover over the floor. This is a chaturanga. It takes practice, don't worry. Just come down as far as you can and then scoop it up into up dog. Lifting the chin and really feeling that stretch in your abs and your front and your lower back. Now we're going to curl the toes under, lift the hips up, come into that down dog. Keep those hips lifted, pushing to the heels, and let your head fall through your elbows. And just breathe here. And now we're going to step it in right to left and back to the beginning. So inhale up, exhale, forward fold down, fingertips to the floor, bend if you need to. Let's come up into a flat back and then back down to the floor. This time step it back. So we're in high plank. Now drop to the knees if you need to drop to the knees, or stay on the toes. I'll show you this way. We're going to bend those elbows, hover over the floor, and come right up into up dog. And point those toes to get that stretch in the front of the body. Lifting your chin. Now curl the toes under. Let's lift the hips up. Pushing through the heels. And step it in right, left. Again, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at those hips. Half lift. Hands down to the floor. Step it back into plank. We're moving a little faster now. And let's go into that chaturanga. So either drop to the knees, bend those elbows, scoop it up into up dog. Point those toes. Now curl those toes under, lift the hips and get a nice stretch in your back, in the back of the legs. Stay here as long as you want. Remember, it's your workout, and step it in. And inhale up, forward fold, half lift, hands down to the floor, step it back to plank, and chaturanga down. Hover, scoop it up. Takes time to get that chaturanga, don't worry. And now curl those toes under. Let's lift it up into down dog. Pushing down through the heels and lifting through the tailbone. Step it in right, left. We have one more. Inhale up. Forward fold. Half lift, reset. Hands come down to the floor, step it back. You're in high plank. Now we're going to chaturanga. Bend those elbows, keep them tight. Hover, scoop it up. Point those toes, get that full frontal body stretch. Now curl those toes under, lift those hips. We're in down dog. It's a great warm-up exercise. Step it in, right, left, and back to center. All right, so let's come back to the back of the mat. We're going to continue rolling down the front of our body. So keeping the legs straight, if you can. If you need to add that bend, it's okay. Hands come down to the floor. We're going to walk it out. Back to that high plank. Now here we're going to do 3 push-ups. So you can either choose to do them from your toes. You can have your feet close together, or you can step them wider to make it easier, or you can come down to the knees. And we're going to do 3 tricep push-ups, so meaning your elbows are tight. 2, rubbing your rib cage. 3. All right, back up to plank, walk it back. Roll it up, nice and slow. Rolling those shoulders back. Now roll the shoulders forward and down. The roll is really important. Walk it out. Down to those knees or stay on those toes. And 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Let's walk it back. These are harder push-ups, so I would recommend staying on the knees until you feel strong enough. Roll it forward, roll it back down. Walk it out. High plank. 3 push-ups. Try to keep those elbows tight. 2 and 3. Up to plank. Walk it back. And roll it up. Being sure to roll those shoulders back at the last when you get up. And now roll them forward. Walk it out. High plank. So either push-ups from here or from your knees. 3, 2, and 1. Walk it back. And slowly roll it up. Last set. Let's go. Roll it forward. Walk it out. High plank. Drop those knees. And 3, 2. Last one. And up. Good job. Walk it back. And take your time rolling it up. All right. Nice work. Let's come back down. Walk it back out into that plank position. And from here, we're going to come into a down dog. Lift those hips. All right, so your head is hanging out between your elbows, pushing down through those heels. Now we're going to lift one leg up. And just hold it there. So you're slightly opening that hip, getting a real nice stretch in the hip. And you're pointing to the toe and straightening that leg best you can. All right, now 3 knee pulls. Let's bring the knee in to the elbow and push it back. Into the elbow and push it back. One more, in and push it back. Excellent, bring that leg down. And let's go to the other side. Lift that leg up. You might find one side is more flexible than the other. That's totally normal. Keep pushing, keep squeezing that glute. Open that hip, point that toe. All right, 3 knee pulls. In and push. In and push it back. One more. In and push it back. Let's bring that knee forward all the way into a pigeon pose. All right. So we're sitting on our hips. You want to bring your foot up if you can. Keep your shoulders square. Keep your hips square. This is a different move for everybody. It really depends on your structure and how you're built. So you got to find what feels okay to you and where you're feeling the stretch. You just don't want to feel any knee pain. So maybe if you have a towel or a block, you could put it under your butt cheek if it feels too hard to get down. And if you want to make it harder, you want to bring your foot up so that you're coming into a right angle in front of you. And to come a little deeper, you can come down to those elbows and really get deep into that stretch. And make sure we're pointing the back leg. We're just stretching, working on elongating those muscles and ligaments. And just hold it here, take a nice deep breath. All right, now come back up onto the hands if you're down there. And we're going to lift up those hips and pull that leg back. We're going to come back into down dog. We're going to repeat that, but at this time I'm going to show you the modified way. So if you are comfortable with doing what we just did, then stay there and do that. Otherwise, you can come down to one knee and still have that leg extended. So taking that leg up into that single leg dog, you're up on the toe. Or if you want to take the modified approach, come down onto the knee and get that leg up. And you're going to do the same thing. Knee in and push it back. Knee in and push it back. One more. In and push it back. Good. Now bring that leg in. Let's everybody come back to down dog in the center. And we're going to lift the other leg. And drop down to the knee if you're coming modified. Knee in and push it back. Knee in and push it back. There we go. One more. In and push it back. Let's come back into down dog. Both feet on the floor. This time we're going to take that other leg up and bring it through to that pigeon. So bring that knee forward. Point that back toe. Letting those hips find the mat. And you can move around in these stretches. If it's good to move around. It'll help you get a little deeper in your stretches. And you can bring that foot up. Just keep making adjustments. Keep making adjustments to elongate, to get into your center. You want the hips to be square. You want your shoulders to be square. Always working to make it a little bit better. Come down to those elbows if you want to come a little deeper. And take a nice deep breath. This should feel good. Like a nice release of tension after all the hard work you've done already. All right, let's come back up. And I'll bring that leg back. So we're on hands and knees. Let's come into plank position again and bring the right leg forward. So we're bringing our right leg up to our hands. If this is not possible, there's options. You can either keep the leg back a little bit where you're going to lift the hip a little bit as well. All right, because what we don't want is this. We don't want the knee coming in front of the toe. All right, so if you need to bring the foot back a little bit, then you need to bring the body up a little bit so that the knee stays over the ankle and not going past the toe. So we're aiming to work on our flexibility and move in our little lunge, okay? So you could be on fingertips here. If you can come down to flat hands, do that. So there's fingertips, and there's even coming up here, okay? You can still do this up here. So we're working the legs a little bit while we work on our flexibility. All right. Now from here, same hand as foot, and we're going to open up to the side. Here you want to stack the shoulders, reaching through the fingers, and pushing back to that straight leg. So you want to make sure that leg is straight and not bending down. So straighten that leg, Stack your shoulders and bring it back to center. And let's switch legs. So take that right foot back into plank, left foot forward. So same as where you were on the other side, whether your hands are down, on your fingertips, you're on your knee. All right, and let's just move a little bit in that lunge. Working on that flexibility. Nice, all right, same hand as foot. Let's open up to the side. Stack the shoulders. Your shoulders should be over your hand. And your top hand should be over your shoulders. Everything should be in a line. Pushing through that back leg. Nice deep breath. And let's bring it back to center. Take that foot back, drop to the knees. And now we're going to swing the knees forward. Come onto our back for our last exercise. And this exercise is really good for your back. It's good for your abs. It's called a roll up. So come down onto your back. Hands behind the head. Extending the legs, extending the arms. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift the arms slowly. And as you lift, your head's going to come with. And you're rounding the spine as you lift up and you roll forward. So think of your spine as like a necklace that you're dropping down really slowly. And you're rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach it forward, roll it back, one at a time, and come over. Now, if this is feeling too difficult, you have options. There's always options. Giving up is not one of them. So let's see, we can bend the knees. Okay, you can bend the knees if that helps. You can also use the hands. Use the hands to help you to start, okay? You'll get there, trust me. You do this a few times, and you're going to already feel a difference in the strength in your abs. All right, we're going to go 5 more. Let's go. Reach past the toes. Roll it back. Nice and slow. Feel the rounding of the spine as you reach forward and as you roll back. 2 more. And reach. Back, last one, and reach, and roll it back. All right, nice job, you did your first week. Keep going, keep pushing through, work on improving yourself each workout, one rep, one exercise at a time. Have a great day.